How's it going, everyone? It's TrulyMystic, and in today's video, we are finally back. Welcome, everyone, to the Hot Take series. This is the series where I get to react to your guys' hottest Fortnite takes. Man, it's been so long since we've said that. That's right, I'm finally bringing back this series as you guys have wanted it to come back for a while now, and I figured that the show must go on. Previously, as some of you may know, I did discontinue the series because I felt that it was a bit too toxic for my channel, and a lot of people didn't agree with the theories that were set. But I do want to remind everyone that this is an opinionated series. No one has to agree with one another, and at the end of the day, this is all for fun. We might have some wild takes in here, but also some funny ones, some good ones, to overall give us a better perspective on the game that isn't just from one person's point of view like yourselves, but everyone, the whole communities. And so I'm very happy to bring this back, and moving forward, it will be handled a little differently than it was the first time around. Now, I usually get a lot of requests for takes, so moving forward, I am going to be going through them a bit more quicker. But at the same time, we're going to be going through these live, so you'll get to hear my genuine reactions to these takes, real and raw. Without further ado, I don't want to waste any more of your time. Let's just get straight into it. So thanks to the recent post that I made, a lot of you guys actually ended up submitting some hot takes through there, so I have a lot to work with this time around. For the first hot take from Burrito, I'm not reading that last part. Hottest take of all. I kinda like the Chapter 5 UI. Okay, so the Chapter 5 UI. This is a chapter that a lot of people really didn't like. And there wasn't a whole lot of changes to the UI, but it was definitely different compared to the previous chapters. When you say you love the UI, do you mean like in-game UI stuff, or like everything to do with the lobby? Because I think you mean everything to do with the lobby, and if so, I could kind of see where you're coming from. They made a lot of changes to the locker, and towards the end of Chapter 5, we got huge changes to how the lobby worked, you know, when you get into a game. So we really saw the full extent of that throughout Chapter 5, and they continued to update it. But unfortunately, it wasn't what a lot of people liked. And also, unfortunately, including myself, I just really wasn't a big fan of it. However, I will say that Chapter 5's UI did kind of improve in a lot of areas, regardless of whether a lot of us want to admit it or not. They made things just a bit more easier to navigate through, and we did also see the addition of a more streamlined discovery tab. So you could find, you know, creative games and even their little game collection series down there a lot more easier to go through compared to how it was before. So yeah, I'd say this was definitely a pretty hot take. Next take, we got the Fortnite Chapter 5 shop layout. Wasn't bad. It was the shop rotation that was bad. Yeah, the Chapter 5 shop layout wasn't, you know, terrible. It definitely was big, though. Very massive, some might say. For Chapter 4 especially, I think they really started experimenting with larger shops. However, in terms of rotation, yeah, things have definitely gone for the worse. And even nowadays, rotations just aren't good whatsoever. In fact, I remember clearly during Chapter 5, there would be days where literally, like, absolutely nothing would change, or days where the item shop would completely break. It was a mess, and I think they were trying to experiment with something new, so that could have played a role into it. But yeah, I kind of agree. Although I would say that they can improve the shop layout for sure. Rotation-wise is where things really suffered the most. Next take, Chapter 2 Season 6 was a good season. Chapter 2 Season 6 added a lot of new and fun features and new guns. The bows were very fun and the POIs were good. Oh, and the battle pass was top tier. Chapter 2 Season 6. Ugh, I really didn't like this season. It was very boring. I didn't like the primal aspect of it. The guns felt very clunky. I don't know. It's just really hard to convince a lot of people that this season was good. I will say though that in concept, I think things could have went extremely well. And regardless, I'm glad that we even have, you know, a crafting feature that we could somewhat use in creative, as well as the idea of primal or makeshift weapons that you can sort of pretty much upgrade into the modern weapons that we have now. And a lot of these assets, you know, all the primal stuff and everything around the map were pretty nice. So I can respect Chapter 2 Season 6 a little bit, but nah, personally, this just really wasn't my favorite season. Although I'm glad that you did like it. Everyone has their own taste. Next take, hot take, Blitz shouldn't be permanent, but it should return every few months. Okay, this one I might actually kind of agree with. You see, lately, a lot of people have wanted Blitz to stay, but the issue that could end up happening is that Blitz could be one of those modes that just gets boring over time or kind of falls off. And I think part of the excitement of having this brand new mode is the fact that no one's really sure if it's going to stay or not. For now, at least, I'm not 100% sure if it's going to be permanent, although there's been a lot of rumors and leaks surrounding that. But for sure, what we know now is that there's going to be an additional 3 more weeks on top of the Boon Bonanza that we're already getting. It's a really fun mode. I love it, but if it stayed forever, pretty much, it may end up hurting the game more than helping it. So I think, yeah, this could be a mode that they can definitely bring back every once in a while. But if they are going to keep it permanent, there are definitely things that they have to consider, especially when it comes to the amount of content updates that this thing needs to receive. And for our final take for today's video, hot take, pump shotguns are stupid. They should have never been added to the game. Too much damage. Use attack or something. Whoa, 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 whoa. Hold on there, partner. The pump shotgun, one of the most iconic shotguns in the game. A lot of people really love this shotgun, especially the spaz. So I'd be a bit careful around these streets. Something as crazy as this would get you into those creative 1v1s. So please be safe out there. But I can kind of see where you're coming from. This is actually part of the reason why I think Fortnite doesn't like the pump shotgun and opts to keep it out of the game for a lot of seasons. It is not the hardest thing in the world to absolutely dome someone for all of their health and send them back to the lobby. Whereas the tac shotgun is something that's a little more balanced and has a faster fire rate, so it feels a little better to use compared to the pump and is a lot more friendlier to casuals. I don't know, it's just that dynamic, pump shotgun or tac shotgun, but I guess Fortnite's answer is neither. They're gonna give us new shotguns pretty much every chapter and rotate through some recent additions throughout the seasons. So that's that. But anyways, that's gonna be it for today's video. Let me know in the comment section down below, what do you guys think about some of these takes? And do you have your own take that you would like for me to react to? Make sure you drop them down below. I'll always be going through them every time I make these type of videos, so please feel free to share. As always, I want to thank all of you for watching. Please leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and use code TrulyMystic in the item shop if you would like to support me there. Now, I hope you all have a wonderful day or night. Thank you everyone for the takes that were submitted and reacted to today, and I will catch you guys in the next one. It's TrulyMystic, and until then, peace.